Hi, my name is Joel Wallace, fifth grade teacher in Salina, Kansas. This is my assignment for the HR frame. Um, at the beginning of the video, it talks about how one of the other structures they have is just a framework for organizations. And in this framework, it's very much just uses people as it says machines, so they're kind of tools to get the process done, and that leaders are very much an architect of the whole process, which to me just meant they were kind of the creators of it, and they structure everything. They are the leader who just kind of tells everybody what to do and what roles to play. For the HR frame, according to Ballman Deal, the people in this are more of, it refers to them as a family. They are the most important resource in this process. Something that made this framework different than the organizations was that it's very much a collaboration effort between the leaders and the people that are in the framework. The people get to contribute. They help create the goals, create the plans for how to achieve those goals. All the decision making, again, is more of a team decision, not just this leader who just outright says this is what's going to happen, this is how it is. There's just this open communication between them. So that's what I got from the video. Now, for the hierarchy of the layout of how I would place these different people who are in the education process, I said I kind of almost put it in tiers. So the first one is principal. You have to have this principal who is the one to kind of can guide your school and kind of give it some idea of where it's headed. But almost equally as important is the teachers. I mean, really the teachers are the ones who are interacting with the students all the time and are actually teaching the kids. But I think that the principal acts as kind of a guide and also someone who can keep teachers accountable and help them develop so that way they are better suited to teach the students, which would be next. Students were kind of the center of my framework because everything, the principals pour into the teachers who pour into the students. The students are right there in that middle, that again, they're that primary focus, and then everything below it is kind of feeding up into the students. So after students, to me, I feel like parents are pretty crucial. Just in my own personal experience, I see students who have great parental support and how much of a difference that makes. And I see those students who either don't have parental support at all or just don't have parents who support them in the best ways, and how that can be just such a detriment and just can really create a challenge for their students. There are those students who are able to overcome their parental. I've had students over the years who come from a family who just struggles with all sorts of things, but I have these students who are able to overcome that, and that is just remarkable and truly kind of amazing for those students. But again, I feel like if parents are there and can provide that support in a good way, then it makes such a huge difference. Again, this is kind of based on my own personal experience in my school. Next on the list would be office staff. Staff in my school is truly remarkable. I do not think we could function a lot of times without them. They're just facilitators of so much. We just hired on some new teachers at my school, and I said, if you have a question, if there's something you need to know, I would go to them before I'd even go to administration sometimes, because they just know, they have the knowledge of all the different resources within the school, and just if they don't know, they know how to find out that information. So they're just a great tool to have access to. After that, I said paras. Paras are, the aid to the teachers. They're there to, support these students in whatever way necessary. And I mean, those students that are, low achieving or special needs really couldn't learn without having someone there to back them up. So paras are important. Again, after the students, I think all these are kind of feeding into the student, some to a greater extent and some to a lesser extent. Next, I put maintenance, custodians. They tend to do some of the same things, at least within my school. So a lot of things, again, wouldn't function without them. Our school wouldn't have some of the things that they need, different things like that. Cooks as well. I think custodians, cooks, those maintenance, they're often overlooked and not appreciated, but they are important to the school and our students. They need to be appreciated more than they are. Last couple of years, I put community. My school does a pretty good job of finding ways to involve the community to, again, just benefit the students. And how can we not just bring people in just to do some, fun little show, but like how can we bring people in to do a presentation that's really going to be educational and really promote our students. In the last year, I said alumni. In my experience, alumni hasn't played much of a part. I mean, sometimes parents have their kids come back to our school in that sense, and so they know kind of what our school's like and how things are. But I mean, for the most part, alumni haven't played much of a role in my school and in my experiences. So that's just kind of how I see it laid out. But again, students are that centerpiece. They're that focus that everything pours into. You're either pouring down into the students or everyone's just kind of pouring up into them. It's the way I kind of picture it in my head. So, thank you.